Mwah.
If he disappears for 48 hours, text this. Hey, I like getting to know you, but I'm big on consistency. It's the only way something real actually builds. Then stop talking. Because that one message is going to save you months of confusion, emotional roller coasters, and situationships that absolutely go nowhere. Here's the truth that no one prepared us for, unfortunately. Dating after divorce is not hard because you forgot how to love. It's hard because the communication rules completely changed while you were married. Everything is different. And texting, unfortunately, texting is where women get played the most. And I'm not saying this because I think that women are naive or desperate, but because we're used to a certain relationship level communication with people. So today we're gonna fix that. Okay, I'm gonna give you 15 texts that every woman should have in her phone when dating after divorce. So you wanna write these down and just keep them in your phone so you have them and you can reply quickly when this happens. You'll know exactly what to do. So these are the messages that are gonna keep you from over-investing too fast. They're gonna keep you from tolerating this inconsistency that they're providing or getting you pulled into situations that are just completely draining your energy. Now, this is not about playing games. This is about protecting you and your peace while you're still trying to be open to love. And the right man is not going to be pushed away by clarity, only the wrong one. Remember that. All right, let's get started. Let's talk about why texting after divorce feels so confusing. Let's normalize something first. Texting after divorce feels strange because you're used to relationship level communication with somebody you barely know. So when you were married, communication was constant, right? And it was most likely assumed. So now you're dealing with people who text when they feel like it. They just disappear and then all of a sudden they'll reappear. And sometimes they're even treating texting kind of like it's a hobby. It doesn't mean that you have to accept this confusing behavior. You get to choose how you want to respond to that and how you feel about that. And texting kind of sets the tone for the entire relationship. So if you start out allowing inconsistency, allowing vagueness, allowing emotional unavailability in texting, imagine if it goes through the trajectory of the relationship, what that's going to look like in the end. So it's going to show up everywhere else. So these scripts that I'm giving you are not about controlling him. They're just more about anchoring you. Okay, so let's talk about our favorite, when he disappears and reappears. It's classic, right? So he texts you constantly for a few days. You guys are going back and forth. Everything's flowing. You're excited. You're looking at the text and you're excited when you hear that ding. And then all of a sudden, poof, he disappears for 2 days. Then he pops back up with, hey stranger, or sorry, I've been busy. This is what you do not need to send. Where did you go? Is everything okay? A paragraph explaining your feelings. Do not do that, you guys. This is what you need to send. Script 1. Good to hear from you. Listen, I enjoy consistent communication. That's really what works best for me. Simple. Script 2. I'm looking for something with real momentum here. If you're too busy to build that right now, I completely understand. Script number 3. And this is really if you're done. You can just say, listen, I do not stop at start connections, but I wish you the best out there. So you're not scolding them. You're just letting them know your standards. And we're not teaching them how they need to show up in a relationship. A man who's genuinely interested is going to adjust to whatever you're saying. And a man who's just playing with you is going to disappear permanently. But really, both outcomes are a win, right? Whichever way they go. What happens when we get our favorite? He only texts late at night. Kind of like a booty call, maybe. If most of his messages are arriving after 9 p.m., then you need to pay attention. And this is if you decide to even keep your phone on and allow text messages from men after 9 or 10 or whatever your cutoff time is. Okay, so late night texting is often boredom, loneliness, convenience rather than intention. So instead of just playing along and answering, you need to reset the tone. Script number 4. Listen, I'm usually off my phone at night, but I would love to connect during the day this week. Love that. Script number 5. I'm more of a real conversation person than a late night texter. When are you free to talk or meet? See how we're creating more communication. We're gently moving things into more of real life. If he can't meet you there, well, you kind of have your answer. Okay, what about when he's vague about plans? Oh, this is one of my pet peeves. I hate that. I just want them to be straight up and just let me know the plan. This one drives most women crazy. All right, what about when the guy goes, we should hang out sometime. I'd love to see you. Let's do something soon. But no actual plan is ever made. This is what you need to say. This is script number 6. Hey, that would be fun. What day were you thinking? Put the pressure back on him. Make him make a decision. Script number 7. I'm free Thursday or Sunday. Let me know if either of those work for you. Again, putting it back on him. Script number 8. If the vagueness continues. Listen, why don't you reach out when you have a specific day in mind? This way it's clear, it's direct, it's calm. You're not chasing clarity. You're just demanding it. That's all we want. Be clear. Okay, what happens when you feel him pulling back? Because this often happens, right? They're coming in really hard and strong and all of a sudden they taper back and it's like you're getting whiplash. You're like, what happened there? I thought we were good. Well, your intuition always knows before your brain does, right? The energy is shifting. Your texts get shorter and shorter between you. The response time gets longer and longer. So most of us just like to pretend we don't notice. But instead of doing that or sending anxious check-ins, Why don't we try this? Script number 9. I've enjoyed getting to know you. I'm sensing a shift, so I'm going to take a step back. If you'd like to continue, let me know. It's letting him know where you stand. This message is powerful. It preserves your dignity, and it puts the ball back in his court where it belongs. I like it. We don't want to cling to somebody who's trying to exit. No. Okay. What about when he is overly sexual too soon? You guys, this is such an ick for me. I'm not kidding. I do not like when I'm texting with somebody and they start making sexual jokes or, kind of saying things that just lets me know. I was talking to one guy once that right off the bat, he's just letting me know that he's looking for chemistry and that he finds me really sexy. I tried to overlook it a little bit, but it kind of just continued. And then as it went on, I'm kind of saying, yeah, we could maybe do this or that. And then he keeps coming back going, ooh, we could do a couple of other things with some winks. We're grown adults here. We all know we want compatibility, chemistry, the sexual tension. We all are looking for that eventually. So why do we have to talk about it so much when there's so many other things we can talk about? And then when we meet in person, we'll see if there's some sort of sexual connection. So if the conversation turns sexual before you're comfortable, just address it immediately. Script number 10. I prefer to build connection first. If that does not work for you, I completely understand. Script number 11. Hey, I'm attracted to you, but I move much slower than that. Nothing wrong with saying that. Set your boundaries. The right man is going to respect your boundaries. The wrong one, disappear. Again, I guess both outcomes are going to serve us, aren't they? Whichever one it is. What about when he sends mixed signals? Another pet peeve. One day he's hot, the next day he's totally cold, then he's flirty, and then all of a sudden there's no effort being made. He seems interested but inconsistent. It's just all over the place. Ladies, we do not need to decode their mixed signals. We just need to clarify them. So we just need to speak up. This is script number 12. Listen, I'm looking for consistency and clear intention. Are you interested in exploring this or just keeping it casual? Script 13. I enjoy talking with you, but I'm just not interested in pen pal energy. I prefer building something real. You're not demanding commitment. You're just asking for clarity, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, what about when you want to move from texting to real life? You want to kind of make this more exciting now, right? We're moving along. We want to step into the next stage where we're not just texting back and forth all day. We actually want this to be a real life situation because endless texting tends to create false intimacy, and we start thinking there's something more there than really is. So if you've been messaging for more than a week with no plan to meet or talk, then you need to either shit or get off the pot, number 1, or just shift it. Script number 14. I'm enjoying this conversation. Do you want to grab a drink or a coffee this week? And that's okay to say, even if you're the woman. I know some of you are thinking, I don't want to make the first move. Guys, it is 2026. It is okay for a woman to make the first move. It's okay. Script number 15. I prefer getting to know someone in real life. Let me know if you'd like to plan something. That way, if you are uncomfortable making that first move, put it back on him. No issues, right? A man who wants you is going to make it happen. If he wants attention, he's going to just keep texting. So you should be able to just notice the difference. If he's excited to meet you, you're going to know. Okay. Dating after divorce is not about learning how to chase. It's about learning how to stand in your value again. Texting is not just small talk. It's the first place where respect is established, effort, consistency is established. Either you show up or you don't. So you're collecting data right off the bat with those text messages. You do not have to overexplain anything. You do not have to overtext. You do not have to accept confusion just because you are back out there. You can be warm and you can be direct and you can be kind and you can be boundaried, open, discerning, all of these things. And that is what makes an incredibly attractive woman to the right person. I want to know from you guys, which of these texting situations have you dealt with the most? Is it disappearing acts, late night texters, or vague planners? For me, it's a sexual one. Most guys go sexual real quick, and that's the quickest way to lose me. It's the biggest ick for me. Drop the number in the comments, the script that resonates most with you because you're having to deal with it the most. And if you want more real scripts for dating after divorce, make sure you subscribe because we are having the conversations that actually help you date smarter and feel more confident doing it. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are just no longer willing to entertain what no longer aligns with you. Say that to yourself. You are worthy. You are loved. Love yourself, and you will find that perfect person who will see all of that in you. Comment below. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more videos. Mwah.